Incidentally, our own position is that we find it unacceptable that we should have greater security than the United States of America. In a situation like this, we won't be able to move forward. I would recommend to all our partners to give some thought to this position. If decisions are made of the kind that will cause concern to the Soviet Union, this would not be beneficial to the Soviet Union, this would not be beneficial to others as well. So the question arises, a united Germany, its advent on the horizon, all this is very important and serious. While applauding the Germans' desire to be united, we must at the same time think about ways of preserving the balance that has been emerging and taking shape for decades. And here is the central point. If we were to adopt only one point of view, then I would think that it would not be complete. For it gives rise to concerns. And if that is the case, then if there were no other way out, but I believe that such a way out will be found to mutual satisfaction. But if this were to be the only option, and some would like to impose it on us and say that we reject this, then we should go back and see where we are. What's happening to our security? What should we be doing with our armed forces, which we are both reforming and reducing? What should we do about Vienna? How should we behave there? All these are matters of strategic importance, for everything happening in Europe is really the highest level of strategy. This is one way, one pathway which gives rise to some doubts or suspicions, one that can certainly slow down things. There is another pathway that we are offering. Let it be American or German or British. We are not claiming to have it as our own. We are claiming one thing only. We want to see an option that will strengthen everything in Europe rather than weaken things. As to the second part, it's a question of pride. Well, I'd say that the problem is not pride, really. If today I have to remind you once again that we lost 27 million people in the fronts, in partisan detachments, 27 million people during World War II, and 18 million people were wounded and maimed, then I think it's not a matter of pride, but of justice, supreme justice. For these sacrifices of our people enable us to raise these matters with all nations, and we have a moral right to do so, so that everything that was obtained at such tremendous cost, at so many sacrifices, would not spell new perils. So this is what I wanted to say, and I think that this is what should be said.
Mr. President, may I just simply add, in answer to your question, the answer is no, because our policy is not predicated on pride or on humiliation or on arrogance. It is predicated on what do we see, from the U.S. standpoint, is the best for the future, best for stability and peace in Europe and elsewhere. So the considerations that you ask about have nothing to do with the formulation of U.S. policy on these important questions. Just got to do what I think is best for the United States and the rest of the free world and the Soviets. So we're not dwelling on what you asked about.